Hello, everybody. You're listening right now to the live podcast, Tech It Techie, happening right here at COMPUTEX 2024. Is your host, Raymond here. COMPUTEX has brought together some of the smartest, most creative, and most innovative people from nearly 40 countries to Taipei this year. And joining me right now is a great friend flying all the way from the other side of the planet to Taiwan. I would like to welcome Pablo Perez, CEO of Innspatial from Chile.
From Chile.
Yeah, Pablo, would you firstly say hi to our listeners?
Thank you so much, Raymond, for the introduction. Thank you so much for the invitation. I am very happy to be here. This is my second time in Taipei, in Taiwan. We are really happy because this is a very good experience for us. Imagine if you have a startup,
Yes.
I have the possibility to go to so far and to know what happened with this ecosystem is a very
Yeah,
impressive.
exactly how many hours?
Oof, the flight, it's so long.
Like 24?
Yes, almost 24 hours because the scale, in my case, I came from Chile, from South America. Take the flight from the capital city, from Santiago, Chile, to Los Angeles, United States, and then from Los Angeles to Taipei, 14
Yes.
hours.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the Small and Medium Enterprise and Startup Administration under Taiwan's Ministry of Economic Affairs for making this interview possible. All right, Pablo. So just like you said, this is not your first time here. So explain to our listeners why you're here today and what is it that Innspatial does.
Thank you. Innspatial is a company that is based on artificial intelligence. We are developing software that we create our own algorithm training to identify different assets of the field for our user and clients. We have the different services on the smart city area and the energy sector. That is why we are here, because we are promoting one services for take care about birds.
Okay.
Yeah, in the wind farms, that we realize that the wind farms, especially in offshore, this is a huge challenge for the next year here in Taiwan.
Yes, and before the interview, I was talking to Pablo and just very surprised to find out that actually Taiwan and Chile has a lot in common, right, Pablo?
A lot in common, because imagine that we are 90 million people living in the country. Obviously, we are not an island because we are part of the continent in the South America.
Yeah, but you're facing the ocean.
But we have the situation that it's similar to an island. Imagine that in our country, we are a very long country, but in the north, we have a desert, the Atacama Desert. At the same time, we have the mountains for one side, and at the other side, we have
Volcanoes
the Pacific
too.
volcanoes that we have with earthquake. We have the part of the ring of the Pacific. That is why, for instance, so the earthquake 1 week ago, for the rest of our team classmates that we are participating, they say, hey, they feel the earthquake. It says, hey guys, I am a Chilean. This is another earthquake.
This is not a big deal.
This
Come
is
on.
not a big deal
I'm very
for
much
us.
used to it. Yes, and also very long coastal lines. So you
Yeah.
can imagine that actually Taiwan and Chile have many similar questions and problems to address. So that's also why we are having you here joining us today. And I just heard some keywords from what you just talked about. Energy, smart city, and artificial intelligence. That is the theme of this year's COMPUTEX, Connecting AI. So can you talk to us a little bit more about your service using AI in terms of protecting birds or something like that? Pablo.
Yeah, it's similar because at the same time here in Taiwan, we are developing green tech energy for renewables projects. That is why we are developing wind farms, solar farms, geothermal. Before I founded Innspatial with my partner, I work for the energy sector, for the green technologies. That is why I know very well what happened about the green technologies that brings. The green technology, there are a lot of benefits. They are a very clean energy. It's possible to install in another place that nobody thinks that it's possible to do and to create energy. But they have some problems too. That is why we realize that in some wind farms and solar farms, there are some problem with the birds that are flying inside the layout of the wind farms.
Yes.
They are crashing with the blades of the aerogenerators, and there are a lot of death. That is why for environmental issues, they were very important. It was challenging for us how to manage one services to help the life of the birds inside when they fly inside the wind farms. That's why we discovered that if you are using artificial intelligence, maybe you can improve the system that is working today, because there are systems to repel birds, but with not a very good result sometimes, or maybe for a short time. That is why we discovered that if you can add the artificial intelligence, if you can add some identification in a very smart way, it's possible to have more information related to send some specific alerts to the birds, a specific alert to different kinds of species, for instance, or specific alert in different situation for the time of the day.
So they know not to come near the wind farms?
Yes. The idea is try to repel, but in a very good way, taking care about that. That is why we work internally with some specialized on birds. And at the same time, the use of artificial intelligence create a database that today is almost impossible to do, because the specialized that managing with this kind of problem, they need to go one time to the site field, but it's 8 hour, 10 hour making the research. But that is why we create a device that is installed on field, it's working 24/7. If you have the capacity of energy, it's possible to work to every day for 1 year, 2 years, whatever you need.
Wow. Thank you so much for Pablo. That sounds to me really like a great idea, because it's already led me to some different places already. I would like to share with you, if you can use this technology to scare the birds away from these wind farms, just think about some other scenarios, like sometimes we don't want birds near the airplanes, near this area, or the floating wind stations, turbines. You also don't want some marine animals around, right? So how are you going to take this application further to some other different areas?
This our services has 1.5 years. We have some clients in our country. We are in the stage that we are starting to grow and go to another industries. That's why we realized that if you can use our services in other industries with similar situation, for instance, the airports, that they want to repel the birds, because they are using today some system, but without the use intensive with artificial intelligence. It's possible to use in airports, the seaports too. It's possible to use in the seaports, agricultural lands at the same time. But when you are using artificial intelligence, it's possible to do for environmental researches, how to improve the studies. Because this is a question, maybe you have the same question with all of related with artificial intelligence.
Very true.
But some people says that, okay, artificial intelligence is replace the work that we are doing today.
Yes.
But if you think in the way that artificial intelligence can help you, not for replace, how to improve your services, it's an ally that you have. Close to you.
It actually helps you do your job better, or in a more efficient way.
In more efficient way. For instance, here in Taiwan, we have a very good connections here. We spent 3 weeks living here to try to looking for new opportunities with the help that the people that helping
Yes.
to us. I take the opportunity to say thank you to Startup to Us program that invite to us to take here. We have an offices to our country to promoting to solution from Chile abroad that is called Pro Chile. We have an office here. We have a manager, a team who is in charge to connecting with the local situation, with the local partner here, and the offices on Taipei in my country. They help me to try to obtain this kind of good connections. That is why we identify 3 very potential user of our technology. For instance, in the solar farms, that they have a specific program from protecting birds. That is why they say, okay, we need this kind of services to improve our research that we make every month.
Yes.
This is one of them. Another is environmental advisory, each managing with their clients to say, okay, this is the studies that we made for the clients, but we need to improve. And another very good potential user for our technology is an NGO based on Taichung.
Yes.
That is, they have to deal with that. They have some research. They go to the field every month, taking some photos, using some binoculars, but they really want to do more. They want to have more information. That is why our services maybe can improve their solution. Imagine that one specialized can the opportunity to see the videos, to see the pictures, and says, oh, what happened with this kind of birds that is flying?
Yeah.
Because this is not the time for migratory road. This is a special for the researchers.
Yes.
For create a good database. We are very interested to put together and apply for government funds or maybe for international funds to create our solution.
Yeah, so you're also ready to provide your customers with some customized solutions. Yeah, because birds in Taiwan and in Chile will be different, right?
Yeah, of course.
Does your service work the same way to scare the birds away, or you have to make some adjustments, right?
Yeah, in this case, they can work in the same way because they identify the birds flying. But this is the very good things that artificial intelligence has. If you have more time, more hours of video, you can train, and you can identify, and the system improve by itself.
Yes.
That is why it's possible to the system can in 6 months, maybe 1 year. Imagine 1 year taking the videos, improving. Maybe more accurate for the real situation, not only in Taiwan, in Japan, in Korea, in other countries of the region. We are very interested to push because we realize that here in Taiwan there are a very good ecosystem, not only for startups, to create business. This is my second time here. We realized the first time, but now I have the opportunity to talk. This is in a real situation. Try to push a business together with potential partners, and the one very good things that it's possible to see for real is the flexibility that the enterprises and the companies has here in Taiwan, because it's very similar to my country. The flexibility when you say, okay, we need to manage with that. At the same time, we have to create a solution together.
Yes.
They don't say, I am specialized in this part. If you have to change, maybe you can talk with another company or you try to looking for another. No, they say, okay, let me try.
Yes.
Let me try. Let work together, improving this system, these solutions. That is very important when you are thinking to go overseas. When you are planning to go to another country, to try to identify the potential partnership. The best partnership is not only the partner that has the money to put the money on the table and say, okay, this is the money, work. No, the best.
And then just walk away. Then no, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's not enough. For us, the best partnership is the partnership that we want to go together and pushing a solution with you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great that the companies here in Taiwan also open for discussion, cooperation, and exploring different ways to solve the question or the issue. And just back to Pablo, what you just said, it's great. What's great about AI is that it could keep learning or improving by itself. But this question, in terms of logistics and also maintenance, what about the people managing the system? Do you have to provide regular training sessions to your staff or to people running the system in different countries? How do you make all of that possible?
This is important for when you are a startup. You must think in a scalable solution.
Yes.
Not only in one country, not only in one industry. You must think in the most people that can use your solution.
Yes, different scenarios.
Different scenarios is the most easy way to do. That is why in our solution it's based on the process is working obviously on field. When we put the device on field, taking the videos, with identification, but the software has been trained before.
Yes.
That is why the software is included in the device and can improve the final result, go to the cloud, and the cloud specialized in artificial intelligence. They are using and correcting some true false and maybe adapting some parts of the solutions with the help of the specialized tool that is possible. We don't need to put one person here. This is the system can use only. We need to put on the field, take the information, is working in the real time, and taking the information that can improve for the future. Obviously, I need to come back to my country.
Yes.
I need to come back to my country.
Oh, you're more than welcome to stay with us in Taiwan as long as you want.
But for this time, I need to come back. But this is one of the big things that when we send our application for the Startup to Us program, we say we are looking for some partner here, and we have a very, very good conversation with the local small and medium-sized company that we can complement our technologies, because our technologies is based on artificial intelligence and software. But here we have the opportunity to talk with a lot of manufacturers, with a lot of companies that ensemble in different parts of the solution. For instance, for IoT. IoT is very well connected with our solution because IoT is a device, is working, it's taking information about the weather, about the air, about the soil, about
want to make sure everything is connected in real time.
That is why we have a very good conversation about business, how to create business, complementary our technology. I'm really happy to have this conversation. I hope that in the short time, in the future, we can create together solutions because it's clear the complementary between the software and the hardware is clear. I need a hardware, I need the people that can bring the hardware and put on the field in Xiai or Taichung.
Yes.
This is our potential user that we are today in Taipei. But once the device is installed, the system start working alone and only for improvement.
Yeah, so just before we go, Pablo, maybe in 1 minute, do you have some other technologies that Innspatial is working right now and that you think some of the companies in Taiwan might be interested in?
Yes, we're starting to offering services for the energy sector, mainly because when I working for more than 10 years in that energy, that industry. That is why I know for inside
Yes.
That is some things that you can improve. This is an opportunity. But at the same time, we are very involved in the smart cities. Because when you are, that is again the flexibility.
Yes.
In Chile, we have the same flexibility that we realize here in Taiwan. Because if you are a software expert that you can train in your own algorithm, you can identify wherever that you need to identify. That is why we are in the smart cities. We in Latin America, we have the in the urban areas, we have cables that is on the streets, and the cables is for electrical company, the electrical network. Electrical cables is okay because it's very dangerous. It's not okay. But in the middle of the poles, they're renting the space for telecommunication companies.
Wow.
Internet, telephone. But with the pass of the year, but the cable that is not using, they don't take. They put here and it's starting to a mass of cables. Some of them is hanging cables. Another is almost touching the payment.
Yes.
That is why we have a services that we our own algorithm training, that we put a camera on the roof on the car, and we take the videos and we pass with our software by the end of the day, and we identify the risk situation that it's, for instance, hanging cables or almost touching the pavement, and we have the coordinate that we send the operation and maintenance team to go to the field to repair. But imagine that these kind of services, in a traditional ways, they spend around 4 months for 100 kilometers. For our system, for our software, for our services, we spend only 1 day in one
Just
car.
1 day.
1 day, one car, 100 kilometers. In
Wow.
8 hours. This is a normal hour for the 8 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. in the afternoon. It's okay, taking the videos, and then and another day we have the report. This is the coordinate situation that you must send workers to repair.
Yes.
Imagine that. That is why the artificial intelligence, it can help you. That's why we are very involved to another solutions in a test area, another in a market that we are selling for smart cities.
Yes, all right. Pablo, thank you so much for making a lot of people's lives much, much easier for providing them your advanced technologies. Thank you, Pablo, for sharing so much with us today. And people from Taiwan, or we also have people listening to the program from different countries. If you're looking for a great service provider in energy sector, in smart cities, you know who to talk to. All right. Thank you so much to Pablo Perez from Innspatial once again for your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Raymond. I am very happy to be here. When I mentioned before, this is a very good time that we spend here. We are very happy to create solution with Taiwanese technology.
Yes.
That is why we're looking for. If you, for the audience, if you need more information about us, they can follow us on Innspatial.com. We are on LinkedIn too, Innspatial. Innspatial, that is innovation spatial, Innspatial. That is why we can more information. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you once again, Pablo. You know where to find Pablo and Innspatial. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.